For much of my life, I lived in darkness. I did not know of God's love and grace, and I walked a path of crime, destruction, and despair. I was a drug addict and alcoholic, a lost soul, full of rage and anger towards my family, my land, and my people. With no faith and no direction, I joined a group of armed revolutionaries and retreated further into darkness. My name is Lipok, and God rewrote my story of darkness. After a period of imprisonment, I began to gain a new perspective on life. I realized that all of these years I had lived in my own prison with no hope for escape. As I began to search for an escape, I met a true follower of Jesus who taught me of God's love and forgiveness. This message of hope was the spark that ignited the flame of God within my soul. As I began my ministry, East-West Ministries equipped me to spread the gospel and plant churches among the unreached in my country. As I met people who had never even heard of the name of Jesus, I knew God's church must be established in this area for the rapid spread of the gospel. To begin my church planting ministry, I would go village to village and begin with a simple prayer walk in search of a person of peace, someone who would welcome me and who would eventually spread God's love to others living in darkness. God had instilled a burning love within me for the lost of this area of India. I desperately wanted to teach them of the same love and forgiveness that had so radically changed my own life. By God's grace, people began turning to Christ. East-West enabled me to effectively train these new believers, equipping more disciples of Jesus who could fulfill the work of planting churches in these communities. With a network of church planters multiplying, more believers were coming to faith, more trainings were being held, and more churches were being established. Today, over 5,500 churches spread across Northeast India, stretching into remote places that had never before heard the name of Jesus Christ. By multiplying disciples who want to carry on the word of Christ, I know our work will continue long after I am gone. My journey has not been easy, but I have learned that even in the spiritually darkest places on earth, light can always be found. With each step I take, the flame burns brighter, the illumination spreads further, and the seeds of hope take root across the land. How will you let God use your one life?